It was the thing that, you always fear wouldn't happen. All I had was bad news at that point. In this entire week of things going on, it could not have occurred at a worse moment. We are in San Diego right now at San Diego Comic-Con. Yumi was born here.
No, I was not.
That's wrong. Yumi grew up here. Yumi was not born here. This is already a terrible video. Yumi lives here. That's right. No, wait, that's wrong too. She used to live here, but we're here because our comic is coming out in a few months. And because the comic does a lot of really new and interesting things, we want to start being present and showing people kind of how cool we are and the stuff we're working on. Like, to be at Comic-Con has been a goal for us for since this thing started. The reality is that, Comic-Con's for people that have a product, right? And we don't have a product yet at market. Because we didn't have product to sell, that's what it is. These are all the booths are mini stores. If you're not selling something, what are you doing there? That's kind of the vibe.
We had an idea, we should be at Comic-Con, but we knew that we wouldn't get the physical, test prints of the comic. And so we wanted something to show that could prove our system works and just demonstrate what we're trying to do. And so we started working on this limited run of test prints, very nice, archival G-clay prints.
Z-clay. Hey Siri, how do you say Z-clay?
Translate it to which language?
English.
Ryan, who knows a lot of really awesome, very high quality, very reliable printers in LA, we were able to get these really beautiful test prints done in a week.
Well, what if we did, one-of-one posters that every poster is different and it can convey the concept of the comic so that people, when we talk to them, they can get an idea for what it is. We were told we would be able to be at the booth to do the thing, which was do these embellished, posters, which when I described that, I said it takes 3 hours a pop, and there's gonna be 10 of them. I said, yeah, they don't have anything going on. Yeah, that'd be great. And yeah, doing these posters, these one-of-ones seemed like a good idea. Then we asked our publisher if we could be there and do that. And I think in our heads, we were we got a yes, and figured it meant that, we could be there for a while doing it. And long story short, we were damn, okay, we actually don't have this big of a window at this booth. What had ended up happening was that there was a bit of miscommunication, and turned out that we'd only be there for about an hour. We had already booked flights. We had already planned a few, what we were gonna do for this longer, presence at Comic-Con. And when that fell through, we said, damn, what can we do? Is it even worth going? And that was about 7 days before.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get in.
We didn't have a booth there. Okay, then we did, but it was not what we thought it was gonna be, not what we were told it was gonna be. And no fault of really, the parties involved, but it's a complicated thing. There's a lot of communication going on. We don't have a product to sell. I could see how we would fall through the cracks in that way. If we have a challenge in front of us, we're gonna do everything we can to make that work. So what can we do to really rep this as hard as possible? On Friday, we made the decision to have an event a week later. And now we are figuring that out.
So on Friday morning, I was planning to drive down to San Diego. And then as I was packing, Chris was we're gonna do an event in addition to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And so on the drive over, I was what are we gonna do? It's like 2 hours stress driving, like, oh God, who am I gonna bring to this event?
We have a real attention to quality. We have a real attention to put our best foot forward. We think that everything we do reflects on who we are in terms of quality and things like that. And we take it really seriously. So it is completely out of character for us to plan an event in 7 days. And the only reason why we did that was because we were going there for a completely other reason, and it was too good of an opportunity to pass up. What is it called now? But it's small.
Spontaneous Unannounced Popup.
Yes, sup. Spontaneous Unannounced Pop-Up. Where we're ending up having the event is above one of the best eateries or bakeries, right, in San Diego, so that's super cool.
So Sunday morning, I get a call or like a text from Keisha, and she was like, Yumi, can you go look at this venue? And I was like, okay. And so I like went and checked out the venue, and it looked great. And I took a bunch of videos for everyone to just like see the space as much as possible. And I talked to like the owner, and he was really awesome.
Yeah, so I think we kind of lucked out, and somehow we got like one of the best spaces available. It's just the right size. We'll see how this does, and then, you know, next time we can do a bigger one. But I think the ambition is that like maybe we start to make it a regular event, you know? So today we are packaging up a bunch of merch and apparel and cool stuff we've made to give out to our community if they come by the Titan booth and say a secret phrase. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing over the next couple of days.
So like the planning for the venue was actually like kind of solidifying by then. So then it was like, what are we doing for Comic-Con? And then we like went to Comic-Con, and we were like, oh yeah, like we're going to Comic-Con.
So Wednesday, we didn't understand how we would get our stuff into Comic-Con.
Because we had like these huge duffel bags full of merch that we wanted to give people.
You came in, you know, on your way, I think, to dinner one night, and would bring in our booth stuff to the hotel of our publisher so that they could bring it in. I got a text that night, I think that was Thursday night, that I needed to go to back to that hotel at 7 in the morning, which with Comic-Con traffic was like an hour away. If I didn't get there in time, the hotel wouldn't give it to me because they wouldn't be there to give it to me. So yeah, like Friday morning, I woke up at 5:45 a.m., went to that hotel, then I grabbed up all of these bags and I brought them into Comic-Con.
Got a text at like 6 from Chris being like, I'm going to Comic-Con.
It turns out you can just walk into Comic-Con with basically whatever you want. It doesn't matter. We are here at Comic-Con. We are doing a bunch of things. We are demonstrating kind of the concept of the comic by having Yumi draw on 10 special edition posters, so people can kind of see that there are different covers to the comic. We're also just communicating with people and trying to convey all the different possibilities with the generative covers. Everyone seems incredibly interested in it. There's clearly nothing has been like it at Comic-Con. We're doing everything from walking around with our business cards, which are generatively printed, and handing those out to meeting other artists that we're really big fans of and showing them stuff that we've made. And today we are at the Titan booth where we'll be doing a little demo while Yumi drawing on the posters. If people walk by and say Secret Unlocked Protocol, they get a free box of merch. which is cool.
And the prints came out like so nice.
Good.
Yeah.
So good.
Like we had two of them framed and we like put them right in front of the booth. And then immediately people would just like stare. And I was like, really? Like,
like there were people there that were comic industry, professionals that have been working in comics for, 20 years, artists, things like that. And the like light switch in their eyes when they're kind of like, you need to protect this idea. You need to like, hold this down. Like, this is important. Forgot to mention, so my mom was here. Yeah, are you liking
I liked my first one. I'm so impressed. It's so amazing. It's like Halloween in July.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm happy to. Yeah.
Kids were like, how do you draw like that? And the dad telling us how they like watch YouTube videos of drawing, and you kind of see yourself as a kid in that.
And we even asked her like, which one's your favorite? And she's like, that one, because it's not like any of the others. And I was like, she gets it.
Yeah,
she gets the concept.
Yeah, she got it pretty quick.
like I never imagined myself, I'm like standing in a place where I like dreamed of like when I was a kid. So
yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah, so basically just to wrap up, like,
wait, we haven't talked about like the day started and you were like, we're like pretty set for tomorrow. Let's have like a chill morning.
yeah.
Like
And we should have been able to do that.
we were doing that.
Yeah, yeah. And as I'm parking the car, I get a text from Claire that we'd been hacked, and that our Twitter account had been hacked. I think so, yeah. And I replied to Claire, she was like, we've been hacked. I was like, cool. It was the thing that, you always fear wouldn't happen, but particularly at that exact point, it could not have, in this entire week of things going on, it could not have occurred at a worse moment. Meanwhile, we go into damage control and start just calling each other, calling everyone we can, reporting the hack.
We were like, okay, we need to figure this out like in person. So Chris was like, let's meet.
And let's meet at the event.
the event already started basically. And then like I'm like just like talking to someone, and then like Chris comes up to me, he's like, guess what? And I'm like, stop. He's like, we got the account back. And I was like, no way, no way. We did a group hug. We're like, we can enjoy ourselves now.
And luckily we have a really good team. And I think I would say that was probably the fastest anyone's ever gotten their thing back. Keisha, I think it was Keisha came up with this cool idea. She was like, wouldn't it be cool if people could walk around the event and have a little card where they could get it kind of stamped, and by visiting each artist, they'd be visiting these kind of unique worlds.
So like
Yeah.
every person gets a ticket or like a passport when they come in. They go around each artist booth and they get like a sticker by like visiting each world.
Yeah.
And then if they complete all 5 worlds, they come back to our booth and they get a raffle ticket for the end of the night. And we were raffling out really cool merch and also like our first test print of posters. So we just wanted to like open it up to more like local artists or people we know. And so we managed to get 4 really cool artists to join us in the venue. And Sato also like helped us get a musician in there so we could get some really nice live music going. And
No event 7 days before. By the time the event happens, it's in this awesome loft that's above, I think like probably the best bakery in San Diego or something.
yeah.
Live music, 4 other artists, food, drinks. We made something out of nothing.
Yes, we love it.
Oh, this is my first Comic-Con and it's been amazing.
And this is awesome, and I'm so excited for the comic to come out. It's gonna be so cool.
Yes.
This is so much fun. Highlight of my day. I'm glad I can be in a room full of talented artists.
Another peak for me would be like the raffle.
Yeah.
It was just such a fun environment because everybody was cheering every time someone won. Like even me just saying like you get an original piece of art from the original artist. Everyone was like, yeah.
Next, we are going to steal.
Pause for effect.
It felt like everybody in that room, we have been friends like for a long time. It was really cool to see like the people that showed up because like obviously like a lot of the people that came is like we just like told them during Comic-Con like yeah, we're just doing this thing if you want to come. So like whenever they came, they like invited their friends of friends. So it's just like a really cool group of like comic enthusiasts and then also artist enthusiasts. And then also like we had really cool musicians that you pulled in and they had friends that were musicians. So it was just such a cool vibe and it like felt like really special. And at like the end of the event, we were like, wow, that really exceeded my expectations.
For it to be a fake video. Okay, this is a video. Say hello, everyone. Okay, well, Jesus.
Let's just do like a quick intro. Like, hi, I'm Chris Sapino, and I'm...
Okay. Hi, I'm Chris Sapino, co-founder and COO. Fuck, hang on. Why is this always the hardest part?
Say who you are. Like, hi, I'm Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Okay, but...
Hi, I'm Chris Sapino, co-founder of Sup. Wait. And also, why am I angry in this? Hang on.
Wait, Yumi, turn? Yeah. No, the sub hat.
I got a crack seed! Oh my god, I wanna...
Maybe, like, yeah. No.
Wow, I got that!
It's exactly Yumi height.
The next winner is ticket 641011.
Can we see the poster? Can we see the poster?
Oh, yeah.